It's pretty obvious SUVs are the go-to vehicle type at the moment, covering every market segment, from the humble runaround, practical family car, outright performance machine, to the more glamorous posemobile. We thought we'd take a look at what are, in our opinion, the top 10 best SUVs coming to Australia in 2024. Obviously, there are plenty of other SUVs to look forward to next year, not just the ones mentioned here, but these are some of the major launches planned for Australia, especially SUVs that might be of interest to those who enjoy driving. Are the mighty Range Rover Sport SVR. Aside from changing its name to the SV, the new model switches to a BMW-sourced V8. This replaces the long-running 5-litre supercharged V8 based on the AJ series engine family. The new model swaps to Land Rover's latest MLA Flex platform, which brings in a range of pretty major updates, aimed at enhancing driving dynamics, safety and technology. There's also an innovative new suspension system that is able to control the dampers and air springs to manage roll and pitch to the point where it does not need stabilizer bars. Power comes from a 4.4-litre twin-turbo V8 infused with mild hybrid technology, developing a whopping 476 kilowatts and 750 Nm, or up to 800 Nm during overboost. That's 50 kilowatts more than the supercharged predecessor. As a result, 0 to 100 is claimed in just 3.8 seconds. Land Rover Australia has confirmed the new model will be available through invitation only to select clients. Prices start from $360,800 for the initial Edition 1 version. It's set to start arriving in Australia during the fourth quarter of this year. The EX30 is Volvo's new small SUV, sitting below the XC40. It's a fully electric model and is part of the company's push to become a fully electric vehicle brand by 2026. 3 main variants have been confirmed for Australia, including 2 that use a single motor. A twin-motor version, called the Performance Ultra, looks very promising. It features a pair of motors that combine to generate 315 kilowatts. That's heaps for a small SUV. It's no wonder it will come in as the quickest Volvo ever, offering a claimed 0 to 100 time of just 3.6 seconds. Not only is the EX30 a quick little SUV, it also showcases a really cool and suave design, inside and out. Inside, Volvo has applied its usual calm and fuss-free decor, with a single 12.3-inch upright touchscreen on the dash. Prices in Australia have been confirmed to start from a rather reasonable $59,990, and then they head up to $69,990 for that super quick version. Still not bad for a premium vehicle. It arrives in Australia early next year. This will be epic. It's Hyundai's first fully electric N model, and it is anticipated to be one of the most fun-to-drive electric vehicles of the year. Forget about eco-driving, this bad boy is ready to light up its rear tyres. It even features a torque kick drift function, like popping the clutch on a manual, as well as N Grin Boost Mode, N E-Shift, and N Active Sound. Hyundai Australia is yet to announce prices. Given the flagship IONIQ 5, in regular form, starts from around $85,000, we're guessing the N version will retail from around $110,000 to $120,000. The Kia EV6 GT, featuring the same platform and a similar powertrain, starts from $100,000, but it does not feature the hardcore components of the IONIQ 5N. Power comes from an 800-volt electrical system, with twin motors providing up to 448 kilowatts and 740 Nm. Activate N Grin Boost Mode though, and those outputs pounce up to 478 kilowatts and 770 Nm. Hyundai says it'll sprint from 0 to 100 in just 3.4 seconds with boost, or 3.5 without it. It arrives in Australia early next year. This is a very interesting one. It's based on Volvo's SPA2 platform, and it features an impressively large 111 kWh battery. With twin electric motors, the system develops 360 kilowatts and 840 Newton meters. The full charge range is also a very decent 610 kilometers. Buyers will be able to option up to the performance package too, which takes output to 380 kilowatts and 910 Newton meters. However, we think the suave design and cool demeanor of the overall package is what will win buyers over. And being a Polestar, we should expect excellent driving dynamics. Prices have been confirmed to start from $132,900 in Australia, which is pretty steep, but Tesla has been pricing its Model Y at a similar or higher price for quite a few years now. Keep in mind it also goes up against the likes of the BMW X3 and the Mercedes GLE, which are around the same figure or more. It's scheduled to arrive in Australia during the first quarter of 2024. Hyundai's new Santa Fe, codenamed MX-5, nothing to do with the sporty roadster from Mazda, goes for an all-new design direction. It's boxier and more upright, perhaps harking back to a traditional four-wheel drive body style. It does seem to have borrowed some inspiration from Land Rover in terms of the side profile. But if you're going to copy someone's design, you might as well copy from the best, right? The rear end does look a bit awkward though, in our opinion. It's like the tail lights are mounted too low. With them repositioned, as shown here in our rendering, it looks much better, we think. However it looks, it will be a major new model. Hyundai is claiming a number of class firsts and class-leading features, including twin wireless phone charging pads inside, special ergonomic seats that help you relax, and even a sterilizing tray to keep your phone clean. Hyundai has confirmed it is killing off the diesel engine option with the new model. Instead, depending on the market region, it'll be offered with a 143 kilowatt 2.5 petrol, a 207 kilowatt 2.5 turbo, and a 1.6 turbo hybrid and plug-in hybrid. It's unclear what we'll get here in Australia yet, but more details are expected to be announced later this year, ahead of showroom arrivals in the first half of 2024. Now this is a huge deal, especially in Australia, where the Prado is one of the most popular SUVs outright. The next generation switches to an all-new platform for Prado, merging onto the TNGA-F layout as featured under the 300 series big boy. With that, the driving dynamics are set to be improved quite a bit, thanks to a 30% increase in rigidity, while the stabilizer bar disconnect technology that we saw on the 300 series will also make its way across, at least on some models. In Australia, the new Prado will come powered by a 2.8 turbo diesel 4-cylinder. Unfortunately, this is pretty much carried over from the current model, but it will incorporate a mild hybrid system like the upcoming Toyota Hilux update. Overseas though, the new Prado is being presented with a 2.4 turbo hybrid, a 2.4 turbo petrol, and even a 2.7 litre petrol in parts of Europe and Japan. Inside, Toyota has applied an all-new design that's not only more modern, but also more practical. The design theme adds splashes of ruggedness too, to help boost its character. Speaking of which, check out the exterior. It possesses a lot of character, mainly around go-anywhere attitude in terms of off-roading. This is certainly going to be an interesting one. The new Lexus GX will also join Australian showrooms for the first time. It is essentially the more luxurious twin of the Prado, based on the same TNGA-F platform. Interestingly though, in Australia, it will be offered with a 3.4 litre twin-turbo V6 petrol engine. Outputs haven't been locked in for the local spec yet, but overseas, the unit develops an impressive 260 kilowatts. Toyota Australia has confirmed the new Prado is scheduled to arrive around mid-year, with the Lexus entering at around the same time. It's one of Volkswagen's most popular models, but it has been around in its current form since 2016. In other words, it is ready for a major update. And fortunately, VW is busy working away on its next-gen model as we speak. Aside from sporting a new design language with a lower profile body and larger overall dimensions, the 2024 Tiguan is set to jump to Volkswagen's MQB Evo platform, just like the latest Mark 8 Golf. With this, expect improved driving dynamics and efficiency, and a new interior. Volkswagen has shown the interior, and fortunately, it does not feature the current touchscreen system. The current system has been criticised to the point where even VW executives have stepped in and said, no, it needs to change. Preview images show a huge 15-inch screen in a tablet style, semi-separated from the dash. There's also a new dash layout, and the boot grows by 33 litres to 648. Also expect more legroom in the back. It's unconfirmed if the exciting Tiguan R performance model will carry on, but the company has said a range of turbo diesel and turbo petrol engine options will be offered, as well as plug-in hybrid with an EV range of around 100 kilometres. A full unveiling will take place later this year, with entry in Australia expected in the first half of 2024. Yes, even Porsche is moving to electric vehicles. The next-gen Macan will be offered in pure electric form only, although petrol models are set to overlap for a certain period to help customers with the transition. Details are not yet officially confirmed, but there have been more than a few clues reported in the media. Porsche has also sent out some teasers of the new model. It will be available in coupe form for the first time, as shown here in prototype form. We spotted this example out on the Nürburgring recently, and it looked bloody quick. Specifications have been reported to top out at about 450 kilowatts for the twin motor system, with a battery size of up to 100 kilowatt hours. That should provide a range of over 400 kilometers. With an 800 volt electrical system, the new model will offer fast charging as well, just like the Taycan. Market entry in Australia will take place next year, following the initial unveiling, potentially at the LA Auto Show in November. The X3 is the most popular BMW in the showroom in Australia. For the first half of this year, sales are ahead of the X5, X1, and even the 3 Series, according to VFAX figures. For the next generation model, codenamed the G45, it's understood BMW will run the vehicle on 2 different platforms. That's to accommodate the new iX3 fully electric model. This could be a first for BMW, running 2 separate layouts for the same model line. The iX3 is set to shift over to BMW's new class layout, leaving the regular X3 models on the existing CLA platform. The next-gen model is expected to introduce the company's new 9.0 operating system too, which is an Android-based system. There is some talk of the iX3 getting the next-gen 10.0 system as well, as part of that new class philosophy, bringing in an impressive panoramic vision head-up display system. For the petrol lineup, BMW will reportedly drop the I from the badge names, meaning the flagship M40i could switch to M40 instead. However, rumours are also suggesting that model will move to a new name, the M50. An initial reveal is expected later this year, with market entry in Australia likely in the second half of 2024. Lastly, this is probably one of the longest awaited models of the century. Well, maybe not that extreme, but it is going to be a big one, and not just physically. The Y63 Nissan Patrol will apparently switch to a twin-turbo V6 engine. This is set to replace the beastly 5.6-litre naturally aspirated V8. It's mainly in an effort to reduce emissions. The current V8 produces 334 grams of CO2 per kilometre, which is about 100 grams more than its main rival, the 300 series Land Cruiser, and in diesel form. The next-gen model is also expected to jump to a new platform, offering things like adjustable air suspension and clever new driving modes. A major overhaul is also set for the interior, replacing the aged setup in the current model, especially the Australian spec. As for the design, we can probably turn to the new Infiniti QX80 concept for some indication. Shown here, the The concept features modern curves and more defined edges, while carrying some design traits from the outgoing model. Some prototypes have been spotted out and about, but it's believed a full debut is still some time away. It should arrive in Australia by the end of 2024. There are a heap of new SUVs coming in the next 12 months or so many that it's actually quite difficult to list just 10. Other noteworthy models to look forward to include the Mazda CX-80, the Kia EV9, the next-gen Audi Q5, and the Volvo EX30. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as it will help this channel grow so we can produce more videos like this. Thanks for watching.